We descend, feel love, we defy, we defy, we defy, we defy.
Hello and welcome back to Russ Plays Games. My name is Russ, and as you can see, we're back over here for the Let's Play of Sword and Sorcery, Ancient Chronicles. And kind of wanted to share a couple resources with you right before we get started here, and get going on our little quest. Basically, if you go to the Sword and Sorcery website, you can download the actual, this is the tutorial for the Ancient Chronicles. And basically what it does is it takes you through the first adventure, and it does it with Jeanne and Robin, I believe. Yeah. And so it basically kind of goes over like a character creation thing, where you start, how you go, what the shadows are and the reserves and all that good stuff. So if you're kind of concerned that you really don't know how to play, then definitely go and download this. It is really a good tutorial part. And so, yeah. And as you can see, I've kind of moved a whole bunch of stuff around because we have... we're going to be doing a brand new adventure pretty soon. And so... But before we do that, we are leaving our temple over here. So as you can kind of see on the map, this is where we start. Okay. And we're going to come down here to this temple pathway, and then we're going to come up here to the village. And there's this purple line, okay? And you have to follow that purple line, the way that purple line goes. Now, this right here was the misprint on this particular sheet. I don't know if the one on the back of the storybook did the same thing. It did. So they corrected that in the new one and in the Northwind Tales box set, which I have right over there. And it basically, I just have everything set up over there for the next adventure. And yeah, I screwed up. My poison tokens were in this little thing in episode 2B, and I didn't realize exactly where they were, because all of these are the different alchemical tokens. These are bleeding tokens, and so I totally screwed up. That was my bad. Sorry about that. And so what we're gonna do now is we are gonna head over. So this is the party token. There is an actual party token for... trying to remember if I have it. Yeah, here it is. So if you're following along and you don't have the Kickstarter version, because again, this is in the same set as the pathways and like these it's like a spawn gate type thing. But this is the normal party token that you will get, okay, with the game. And so as you can see, I made them look fairly similar, all right, because I wanted them to look like they were, like they were supposed to look. Because it has this kind of a purplish background, it's got the rocks, the sword is sticking up out of the thing, it's gold, all that good stuff. So I went ahead, painted it up to make it look like that, and, give it a suitably grimy appearance. And so, yeah, we're just going to keep on moving on. So, whenever you move, okay, you just pick up the party token and you move it to the next part, okay? So, like, we're here at the temple pathway. And it says 0.1. And so, what we do is we come back over here in the Book of Secrets, and we look at 0.1, Temple Pathway. After a grueling march on the abandoned temple's path, the party catch a glimmer of light that resolves into a village, possibly a dwarven hamlet, judging by the squat buildings and thick walls. As they resume the march towards the village, a hero notices an old abandoned crate, half hidden amongst the rocks and cobwebs. And so, in this, they offer what's known as a soul nature choice. And basically, as we discussed in the first episode, this is the soul nature right here, okay? These two little black wings, or they could be two little angels' wings, or they could look like that, which is neutral. And so, we can either divert from the route to examine the crate, or ignore the crate and proceed towards the village. Well, where's the fun in that? We're going to explore the crate. Okay. So, the temple pathway. Hoping to find something useful or even precious, the party diverts from the path in order to search the crate. Each hero rolls 1 blue die. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to stick a pen right there. And we roll a blue die for each one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my thing right over here. And I'm going to roll 3 blue die, 1 for each, okay? So I'll roll the first one, and I got a shield. Rolled the second one, woo, got a lightning bolt. And for the third one, rolled a shield. So we will say first, second, third, okay? So Artemis discovered something. All right. So, digging through the assorted debris within, they discover a false bottom concealing some loot. The party gains 5 crowns, and then gains 1 loot for each lightning bolt rolled. And then they continue on to Nilmerg. That's the village we're heading to, by the way. So, we rolled 1, and so we will move that out of the way. And so, we grab loot bag. And so, what we do is, because the first one, okay, so what we do is, we take these, and we kind of shuffle them around, okay? So we're going to kind of shuffle them around. I just kind of picked them up and just kind of threw them on the ground. And I'm just kind of shuffling them around. And I'm just going to pick one at random. And I get 15 crowns. So we get £10. And we get 2 5s. Because that we get 5 plus whatever the loot bag gave us. And it could have been a trap. So, and that's why I shuffled it, is because when I got done, I actually picked them all up. When I put them back in that little container right there, and I mean, as you can see, these are just pill containers. This one is actually a Citadel Warhammer 40k basing kit, and I just used it because it was just an easy way to throw in a whole bunch of these wound tokens and added wounds and different, larger ones. And so yeah, we. Because what you're supposed to do whenever you draw a loot token, you're supposed to draw it at random from whatever the thing is that you missed. Or you're supposed to take them out and kind of like shuffle them up a little bit, and then you throw them down, and then that way there is that thing. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give Jeanne a 5, and I'm gonna give Artemis the 15. Alrighty, so Now we proceed up to Nilmerg Village. Okay? So we come up here to Nilmerg Village. Now, when we enter Nilmerg, this is Nilmerg Village. Okay? This site sheet right here. Okay? When we enter, there's a couple places that we can go. We can go to the Prancing Gremlin, which is we can gamble. There's the blacksmith, where we can remove one break from one armor if we have that, and then there's the enchanted anvil, which is a forge, which you can flip one weapon or armor to the forged side until the end of the next quest. There's also all these different places. So there's the town hall, there's the old court, there's the emporium, there's the miners' council, there's the venture outpost. We don't have the venture outpost because that's an actual quest card that you actually have to do. Okay. So, like, for instance, this mercenary post is one of the venture cards, okay? We don't have that yet, so we can't go to the venture outpost. And maybe we can, but, I mean, it's not going to really do much for us right now. So we're probably not going to do it. All right. Ooh. And then, so we take our time token that we got from the first quest, and we place it with the others. And what happens is, when you enter, okay, it will show a number of tokens that you get, time tokens that you get. And when it's out, okay, that means you don't, it means if you have 0, then you read the out section up here, okay? There's also certain things as you're moving between each one, you can actually get certain things, okay? Now, the Emporium is where we buy these cards, okay? These cards. These are the Emporium cards, okay? And there are various different cards, okay, with different values and other things on them that you can purchase. And what I will have to do is sit down and go through them all and figure out which ones I'm going to need. But the problem is, right now, we don't have enough money, okay, to be able to purchase anything at the Emporium. So going to the Emporium at this point does not matter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read 0.6 because that's where we are, okay? Oh, and if you, what this game is here, this game is you have to roll 4 blue dice, okay? And if you get a shield, a star, so each one has to have a shield, a star, a lightning bolt, and a gremlin on 4 blue dice. And you get 1 reroll on each die. That's it. Okay? And you have to spend 5 crowns to play the game. If you should happen to roll all 4 of them on 4 blue dice, okay, then you get 50 crowns. Which is good, because you could use it to go to the forge and, turn weapons. So, like, for instance, the knife here, we could turn it to the forged side, which actually has a really good thing, because you don't just roll the 2 blue, you actually get an extra hit, and you get, you still get the same things. So you understand what I'm saying, okay? So right now, as we enter this village, there's really not much that we're going to be able to do unless we actually go around and talk to people and do things. So why don't we do that? Okay, so Nilmerg Village. The village gate is patrolled by dwarven guards, marching under a banner bearing runes that read, Nilmerg Village. As the party enters the hamlet, an old dwarf whose colors long ago passed to the silver of wisdom greets them. Hail, travelers! As poor as this village may be, we have never turned away a journeyman or adventurer. But please pay attention to the one rule we observe. For your sake, and ours too,
Stay away from the cursed elf patrols. Queen Aspides once ruled only inside the borders of Mantis, her capital city, but now she expands her domain to the whole Underreign, and for some cruel and bored soldiers in this wasteland, killing is a pleasant pastime. But aside from that, you are welcome, whether you bring coins, offer help, or even just tell old tales to brighten these dark days. So, so now what we do is as we go to each different location, we use a time token, okay? So if we want to travel to the town hall, then we use a time token. If we wanted to travel to the forge, we would use a time token. If we wanted to travel to the miners' council, we will use a time token. When we're out of time tokens, or we decide that we're done, if you're playing with multiple people and you decide, hey, you know what, I'm done, I need to be done, I just want to get out of town, let's get on to the next adventure, then you can leave and you can save any unspent time tokens. Okay? Because I can't buy anything at the Emporium, and there's not really, I don't need to remove any break from any armor, I don't need to do anything at the forge, and I'm not really feeling lucky, so I'm probably not going to be playing the gambling game. I think I'm probably just going to visit a couple places, and then I'm probably going to move on, because we need to get to the next quest, because the next quest is going to be a lot of fun, because it's a lot bigger, and unlike the first one, there's a lot more enemies that you're going to be fighting, and there's a lot more stuff that you're going to be doing, okay? And before we continue on, this is the Venom Nest token, okay? The actual plastic one that I was mentioning. This will actually show up in the next quest, but I just kind of wanted to show it off since I just had it kind of sitting over here, so I just kind of wanted to show that off. And so, yeah, that's basically it. So, I think what we're going to do is we're going to spend one time token. And we are going to move to the town hall. Let's go there and talk with them, see what they know. Nilmerg Town Hall. The dwarves quickly usher the heroes further inside this sturdy building. The solid hall brims with scattered scrolls and sheets that take flight as the sovereign, a dwarf wearing billowing robes spun from gold, silver, and other precious metals, marches through them. Followed by two young assistants who try vainly to collect everything, the regal dwarf greets the party, with more than a hint of uncertainty on his countenance. Welcome. My name is Outlawed, the humble mayor of this mining village. Adventurers like you are not common around here. This is why I choose to meet you. I want to be sure you will not raise problems with accursed elves, as we are no longer able to oppose them, and I would like to avoid retribution against my kin. I will gladly answer any questions you may have, but keep it brief, as I have much work to do. Administration with scarce resources is the stuff of scald songs. Trust me. Okay, so the party can ask up to 2 of the following questions per visit to this town hall. If you want to ask about the village's history, go to 0.8. If you want to ask about the abandoned god's temple, go to 0.9. If you want to ask for work as a sellsword, go to 0.10. If you've already asked 2 questions or don't want to ask any more questions, continue to visit the Nilmerg site sheet. So I think what I'm going to do is, I'm going to ask, let me see, I think we'll ask about the abandoned god's temple. The question clearly surprises Outlawed. Not my business, of course, but how long have you been away from the Underreign? By order of the Queen, the faith of the ancient gods has been banished, and the temples razed. Whomsoever is caught in the acts of faith towards the three is flogged, sometimes to death. Many tales hint at how the Queen managed to obscure the three, and I'm sure you will learn more in other cities. I can only tell you that the true faith yet survives, and many well-hidden altars, catacombs, and shrines stand still in the Underreign, where Aneris, Enomis, and Mir find worship.
All right, so then I think we will ask... I think we'll ask about being a sellsword.
The dwarf governor replies in a whisper, "Should you have the power, and I the coins, I would hire you to chase those cursed elves away from my lands. But alas, aside from that, I have no need of mercenaries. You could, however, ask the Miners' Council. I have heard tell of monsters infesting their mines."
So I think what we will do is we will spend another time token, and we will head to the Miners' Council. Nilmerg, Miners' Council. The Miners' Council building is one of the most important in the village, a clear symbol of how the settlement depends on metals and gems to survive. The huge wooden door bears the crest of the council. 2 crossed pickaxes run over runes proclaiming, "Miners' Council, nothing more precious than earth." The massive doors open when the party knocks, and a stout dwarf with a flowing white beard gazes upon the heroes while handing them a scroll.
"Oh, there is no need to talk. Your appearance speaks for what you seek. Take this, and if you find success, we shall meet again. Until then, I hope not to see you again." The dwarf slams the door, and the party can only read the scroll. "You have doubtless heard that horrible beasts infests one of our mines. We have grown weary of reclaiming the corpses of incompetent adventurers. Prove yourselves by going into the wild and killing a few monsters, bringing back their corpses as proof, and the job will be yours. Otherwise, leave and trouble us no further." Venture 1 quest card. So that means we look through here. Venture 1. Bam! All right. So, the party. So this is what a venture card looks like. And basically what it is that when you complete each one, okay, then you can go to the venture outpost by going to 0.88, okay? And basically it says, once the party acquires any venture card, it must be kept near the event deck until its requirements have been fulfilled. Progress made by any hero, party, or part of the party towards the venture completion is kept and valid for future quests. Once fulfilled, the party can obtain the related reward by visiting the venture outpost of any site sheet and then reading the indicated paragraph. So, if we complete in the next quest number 2, okay, if we complete this quest, okay, we kill 1 nest per hero, we kill 1 giant spider per hero, and we kill 2 venoms per hero, then we will be able to visit, when we get to the next town, we will be able to visit the venture outpost, okay? Or we can visit the venture outpost wherever it is, whatever number it is. But we read 0.88. Okay, we basically walk in and we're basically saying, hey, here, look, we killed all these venoms and we shattered these nests and we did this stuff. Like, we're cool now, right? And they go, yes, you are cool. And then they give us
a job to do, which is what this Abandoned Mines quest is right here, okay? And what'll happen is that this is a quest that doesn't have a purple arrow going to it. It's a quest that we can do at any point in this in the game, okay? It doesn't matter when we do it, we can do it as long as we complete this venture, okay? So we're going to keep this venture card right here in between the heroes, because once we get the event deck set up for the next one, then I will place the venture card next to the event deck. When we start the next episode, I will actually move the venture card to where the event deck is, wherever the event deck is on the board. I will move it there, and then we will be able to say, okay, here we go. You know, this is our venture card. This is what we're doing. And, you know, we want to make sure that we get this. Okay, so that's our venture card for that one. Now, you know what? I'm feeling lucky. I am. I'm going to do it. So I think what's going to happen is we're going to go to the Prancing Goblin. Okay? Now, the Prancing Gremlin, not the Prancing Goblin. And Artemis is going to take away her 5 crown coin. Okay. She is going to roll a 4 blue dice. Okay. So we are looking for a sword, a shield, a lightning bolt, and a gremlin. Well, we have a sword, or a shield, and we have a lightning bolt. So now we need is a star and a gremlin. So the gremlin face, of course, is this little guy, and the star, of course, is that little guy. Okay, so we're going to re-roll these because we get to re-roll them once. Okay. Oh, well, here. We got the gremlin. Okay. So I'm going to take this shield down because we haven't re-rolled that one just yet. Okay? Because we still have that, just in case I should happen to roll that. Okay? And then I have the shield. So I'm going to re-roll this and hope I get the star. Ah! I missed. Well, it was worth it. It was worth it to try. Because we came close. So, alright, I think... Because the only problem is that if you go to the old court, something happens, and we're not going to be able to go to the Emporium, and going to the Venture Outpost at this point really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So, I think what we're going to do is we are going to go to 0.17, Nilmerg, the way out. Okay. The party leaves the village through the northern gate, heading by the gods' will towards the far city of Mandis. It would seem clear that their fate is intertwined with the Queen and her capital. So what they're talking about is this is Mantis' capital up here, okay? And this is where we're heading, and we're leaving Nilmerg going this way, okay? So we kind of came in this way, kind of came in this way, and now we're heading out that way, okay? And so we are heading to quest number 2, the underground caves. And basically, when we get there to that, we will do that quest. And then we do the next quest, and then which is the Colosseum, and then we're going to end up going through this place and then down into this town, okay? And the interesting thing is that these site sheets are double-sided, okay? So when we get to Amor Town, hopefully we will have completed venture card number 1, and so we can go visit the Venture Outpost, and we can read this 0.88 and get our quest card, and we can go to the abandoned mines, and we can do that quest. Okay? That's our ultimate goal, is we want to be able to do the abandoned mines quest. So, all right, folks. So, in the next episode, we are going to end up in quest number 2, the underground caves. So, I'm going to end it, and then as soon as we come back, then we're going to, I'll bring these down over here, and when we come back, these will be gone, and we will have the beginning of quest number 2 laid out right here. And then when we start to get into it, we're going to actually start to... there's a lot more to the adventure than there was in the first one. Okay? Also, I wanted to kind of show you here. I haven't updated this just now. I'll go ahead and do that because... let me see here. Artemis has 10 crowns, and she has 5 crowns. And basically, so this is a campaign sheet for the heroes, and then this is an overall campaign sheet, okay, with how many quests you've completed, what act you're in, the number of soul points you have, and what weapons we have in our stash. That's just what I have listed, just for the heroes here, okay? Because right now, I'm not too worried about the rest of the stash because we can't actually sell it. We can't sell it to the Emporium for money. The stash is just the stash. So I'm just listing what we have in the stash. And basically, what you can do with the stash, and this is something I just want to mention here really quick, and then we'll end the video, is if you pick up any armors, any weapons, any artifacts, things like that that you cannot use because your soul rank isn't high enough, you can actually list them on your stash, okay? And you can have 3 items per hero in the stash, okay? If you can't, then you need to sell them, okay? Also, you might notice that both Mist and Artemis don't have any of their wounds. That's because at the end of any adventure, any wounds on any of your heroes go away. And any like poison effects, fire effects, blind status, anything like that, any status effects go away as well, okay? So, just so you know, and like I said, when we come back, all of this will be all set up and ready to go. As you can see, I've already got the enemy cards in their spot, and so we're ready to go. We're gonna get this done. We're gonna continue on. So, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, okay? Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think of this so far. Oh, and then this is the Stargate. It's not the same as the Stargate from the movie or the show. And this is the Lightning Bolt Gate. Okay, and then that one over there was the Shield Gate, and then the one that we used in the first one was the Gremlin Gate. Okay, so that's where you would roll this, and so like if we had the Lightning Bolt, then the monsters appear at this gate. Okay. And so once we start getting into it, it will make a lot more sense, okay? So, once again, thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.